Roman treasures, stone squares, and festive atmosphere that reaches a crescendo during bullfights makes Arles a seductive place to visit. If you have ever seen a Vincent van Gogh painting, you will feel a sense of déjà vu. We are on a walking tour of Arles, a town beloved by Vincent van Gogh. In 1888, the artist wrote from Arles to his brother Theo, "Nature here is very beautiful. I can't match its beauty in my painting, but I take so much in that I can let myself go without restraint." Arles was once the richest city of the Roman Empire after Rome, as evidenced by its Roman arena, the town's most famous landmark. Built some 2,000 years ago, the Arles Arena was used for gladiatorial events. The remains of an ancient Roman theater can be found near the Roman Arena. This historic central square in the heart of Arles is called Republic Square. It is identifiable by an obelisk and fountain that marks the center of the square. The town hall in Arles is the attractive building with the clock tower located on Republic Square. The Romanesque cathedral, Saint Trophime d'Arles, admired for its beautiful facade and ornate entranceway, is known as the Little Rome of Gaul. It is on the east side of this square and was built in the 12th century. The cloisters in Arles are accessible via a small courtyard from Republic Square. Espace Van Gogh is the mental hospital in Arles, where Vincent van Gogh painted some of his most famous works of art. The subject of one of these paintings was the courtyard that is found in the center of the complex. The Quai La Maritime is the pedestrian pathway that stretches along the Rhône River in Arles.
Il m'en a donné des ivresses, m'a juré de m'aimer tout le temps. Alors j'ai donné ma jeunesse, c'est comme ça qu'on perd ses 20 ans. On s'est mis en ménage dans le faubourg Saint-Denis, hôtel du beau rivage, ça sentait bon Paris, c'est au 10e étage.
We are on a walking tour of Avignon, where the popes of the Holy See resided for most of the 14th century. Between 1309 and 1377, during the Avignon papacy, 7 popes resided in Avignon. Papal control over Avignon continued until 1791, when, during the French Revolution, it became part of France. This historic area includes the Palace of the Popes, the Cathedral, and the Bridge of Avignon. During our tour of Châteauneuf-du-Pape, we learned that 2 popes from Avignon moved to the Châteauneuf area to set up their papal estates and started vineyards which are famous to this day. The original papal castle in Châteauneuf is in ruins, but we are able to tour some of the wineries and vineyards. Tournan's feudal castle that's built into a rock overlooking the town and the Rhone River has a foundation that dates back to the 10th century.
DL is the name of the estate, and if you turn the bottle, you can read the name of Luc L-U-C. And the vines are over 100 years old.
The refurbished 16th century tower is a museum run by Marie Paulet to honor her father's work. In addition to her father's paintings, the museum contains a drawing by Matisse and a silk scarf painted by Pablo Picasso.
She bought the house 25 years ago. Et donc à cette période, and by restoring the house, she discovered that this was a dining room, and in the 16th century it was the only house here in Terre Hermitage to have the water supply.
They're that crowded. That's why we say that Vienne is the door to the south of France. For example, to go to Lyon. Lyon is not far from here. It's about... Here I'm not allowed to talk anymore. The theater is from Vermont. You could figure out other cities, but it's also another county on the other bank, because on the other bank it was French territory. The other hill that you can see, completely right.
It's a joke in my house about
Look at the way the Romans...
The most impressive Roman monument in Vienne is the Temple of Augustus and Livia, built between 20 and 10 BC. The Cathedral of St. Maurice was built between 1052 and 1533. It is 315 feet long, 118 feet wide, and 89 feet high.
And the Pope. They decided the dissolution of the order, and the last Templar was killed, burned and stake in Paris. The dissolution was made around 1311, and the next year the last Templar was killed. Before dying, I don't know if you know the legend, but he cursed the kings of France.
Lyon, a city in France's Rhone and Alps region, sits at the confluence of the Rhone and Saône rivers. The Cathedral of St. John is a medieval church with architectural elements from the 13th, 14th, and 15th centuries. It is the principal religious structure in Lyon.
The Lyonnais wanted to celebrate, this very important day. They wanted to bring light in the city.
To the west of Lyon is Fernier, the hill that prays, where a TV tower replicating the last stage of the Eiffel Tower is located, as well as the Basilica of Notre Dame de Fernier.
Of course, the wall is painted if the inhabitants, the owners of the place agree with that, and also with the municipality.
Lyon is the European capital of mural painting, with about 100 frescoes decorating walls throughout the city. Typical Parisian sitting on the deck of his ship. The Saône River passes through the town of Macon, which is located in the Burgundy area of France, with the hills of Beaujolais to the south. Compliments to the chef.
Also in this village a beautiful little Romanesque church. Through the 12th century, so this usually these dating back to the 11th century for some parts. Just behind the big tree, another wash house.
This morning we are visiting the town of Cluny, where we will see the ruins of the famous Benedictine Abbey, which was the world's largest church until St. Peter's in Rome was built. GAD's Arts, Guys of the Arts, is an engineering school where the students wear customized lab coats. First-year students generally wear plain coats, while second and third-year students add colored motifs and drawings.
And the people are living here, huh? It's not just for holidays. In the restoration, they have given this real medieval style. It was not a...
Beaune is one of the key wine centers in France, and along with being a famous landmark, the Hospices de Beaune conducts the primary annual wine auction in France. After leaving the ship, we board a bus for the ride to Paris, with a stop along the way at Auxerre for some interesting sights.
The statue of St. Nicholas right over there, apart from being a patron saint of mariners, he was also protector of children. And in fact, St. Nicholas is Santa Claus, because in Holland they say Santa Claus for St. Nicholas.
Car mon cœur l'a choisi. Je ne sais pas s'il est riche ou s'il a des défauts, mais l'aimer comme je l'aime, un homme est toujours beau. Et quand on va danser, qu'il pose sur mes hanches ses belles mains si blanches, ça me fait froid dans le dos. C'est lui que mon cœur a choisi. Et quand il me tient
La lune trop blême pose un diadème sur tes cheveux roux. La lune trop rousse de gloire éclabousse ton jupon plein trou. La lune trop pâle caresse l'opale de tes yeux blasés. Princesse de la rue, sois la bienvenue dans mon cœur brisé. The stairways up to la butte can make the wretched sigh, while windmill wings of the moulin shelter you and I. Ma petite mendigote, je sens ta menotte qui cherche ma main. Je sens ta poitrine et ta taille fine, j'oublie mon chagrin. Je sens sous tes lèvres une odeur de fièvre, de gosse mal nourri. Et sous ta caresse, je sens une ivresse qui m'anéantit. The stairways up to la butte can make the wretched sigh, while windmill wings of the moulin shelter you and I. Et voilà qu'elle trotte, la lune qui flotte, la princesse.
Este no trae la foto.
Further down. I don't know if that fits over there. Alice to Justice.
Devant l'une des îles, des paysages magnifiques, des montagnes versants couverts permettent de vivre dans un univers trépidant, intérieur. Le sens du suspense.
Des yeux qui font baisser le mien, un rire qui se fait sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas. Je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours. Et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. Il est pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
But he became a Duke of Normandy. You remember this? Hastings battle?
Right.
So after this battle he won, and so became nicknamed William the Conqueror and ultimately the Bastard.
This is the Collegiate Notre Dame Church in Vernon, which dates back to the 11th century. The Tour d'Archives Tower was built by King Henry of England, the son of William the Conqueror. Its origin dates to 1123.
I am sure that the sculpture here
Claude Monet, who founded the Impressionist school of painting, lived in Givenchy from 1883 to 1926. His house, gardens, and ponds, the subject of many of his paintings, especially the Water Lily series, are maintained as they were when he lived there. Rouen, on the Seine River, is the historic capital city of Normandy. It is here that Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in 1431. Rouen is also known for its Notre Dame Cathedral, which was financed by indulgences.
Manger des cacahuètes si vous voulez. Je crois.
Sur la splendeur de nos matins et sur la douceur de tes mains, s'arrête. J'ai construit de beaux souvenirs avec le goût de mon désir.
Notre-Dame.
En fièvre, j'ai dit ton sourire vainqueur et ton regard
The Church of St. Joan of Arc was completed in 1979 in the center of the ancient market square of Rouen.
Two sides of the church. See, that was supposed to be less deep.
This garden is the place where Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. Arles is remembered as a historic place of the Normandy landings, and in particular as the place where an artificial port was installed. This artificial port allowed the disembarkation of 9,000 tons of material per day.
So, we are arriving in Avignon.
At dawn the next day, guns of the Allied fleets opened the assault on the beaches of Normandy. The tremendous problem of communication and supply still remained. For those who planned the invasion, this had always been a major problem, which could only be overcome if a port was captured in the first few days of the campaign. There were plenty of good ports on the French coast, Boulogne, Le Havre, Cherbourg, and the rest. They were the gateways into the continent. But the Germans knew it. Hold the ports, they said, and we hold Europe. They believed that before we could capture a port, the changeable channel weather would cut off our army from its food, oil, and ammunition. The weather, as well as the Germans, could be our enemy.
It was on the beach of Arles that during the invasion of Normandy, immediately after D-Day, the Allies established an artificial temporary harbor to allow the unloading of heavy equipment without waiting for the conquest of deep water ports such as Le Havre or Cherbourg. This location was one of two sites chosen to establish the necessary port facilities to unload quantities of supplies and troops needed for the invasion during June 1944. The other was built further west at Omaha Beach. The British built huge floating concrete caissons, which, after being towed from England, then had to be assembled to form walls and piers, forming and defining the artificial port called the Mulberry Harbor. These comprised pontoons linked to the land by floating roadways. One of these ports was assembled at Arles, and even today, sections of the Mulberry Harbor still remain with huge concrete blocks sitting on the sand, and more can be seen further out at sea. Barry McCaffrey served in the United States Army for 32 years and retired as a four-star general. At retirement, he was the most highly decorated serving general, having been awarded 3 Purple Heart medals for wounds received in 4 combat tours, as well as twice awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the nation's second highest award for valor. He also twice was awarded the Silver Star for valor. Omaha Beach was the code name for one of the 5 sectors of the Allied invasion of German-occupied France in the Normandy landings of June 6, 1944, during World War II. Omaha is located on the coast of Normandy, France, facing the English Channel, and is 5 miles long. Landings here were necessary in order to link up the British landings to the east at Gold with the American landing to the west at Utah, thus providing a continuous lodgment on the Normandy coast. Taking Omaha was to be the responsibility of the United States Army troops, with sea support and naval artillery support provided by the U.S. Navy and elements of the British Royal Navy.
Au printemps j'avais commencé, mais tu n'es plus à la maison et les fleurs sont toutes fanées. J'aurais dû chanter comme les poètes avec de grands mots notre bel amour.
This is the Chateau Gaillard, which was built by Richard the Lionheart in the 12th century.
J'ai pris tout ce que tu disais, amour, serment, toujours, jamais, tendresse, sur la splendeur de nos matins et sur la douceur de tes mains, caresse. J'ai construit de beaux souvenirs avec le goût de mon désir en fièvre. J'ai dit ton sourire
La lune trop blême pose un diadème sur tes cheveux roux. La lune trop rousse de gloire éclabousse ton jupon plein trou. La lune trop pâle caresse l'opale de tes yeux blasés. Princesse de la rue, sois la bienvenue dans mon cœur brisé. The stairways up to la butte can make the wretched sigh, while windmill wings of the moulin shelter you and Ma petite mendigote, je sens ta menotte qui cherche ma main. Je sens ta poitrine et ta taille fine, j'oublie mon chagrin. Je sens sous tes lèvres une odeur de fièvre, de gosse mal nourri. Et sous ta caresse, je sens une ivresse qui m'anéantit. The stairways up to la butte can make the wretched sigh, while windmill wings of the moulin shelter you and Et voilà qu'elle trotte, la lune qui flotte, la princesse aussi. La, 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 mes rêves épanouis. La lune trop blême pose un diadème sur tes cheveux roux. La lune trop rousse de gloire éclabousse ton jupon plein trou. La lune trop pâle caresse l'opale de tes yeux blasés. Princesse de la rue, sois la bienvenue dans mon cœur brisé. The stairways up to la butte can make the wretched sigh, while windmill wings of the moulin shelter you and Ma petite mendigote, je sens ta menotte qui cherche ma main. Je sens ta poitrine et ta taille fine.